Hi everyone, it's Desiree and I am here, a little bit off there, but I am here with the first project showcasing Kat Scrappiness, and we are going to do some masking, we're going to splatter, and we are going to do some stamping with this project. So make sure you check out there. As you can see, there is a sale currently going on for spring and Easter items, 15% off, and this is going to go until April 7th. So please make sure you check this out. It's today. Okay, so what I've done is I used the large egg from the Rainbow Egg die set, and I'm using a piece of the Desiree K masking paper. Now, I specifically chose this paper, and you'll see why in a moment. And I outlined that die. I wanted the largest size egg. Then what I'm doing is I'm cutting out the center. So to do that, I punctured into the center and then cut around so that I could have that egg shape for my acting like a stencil, if that makes sense. Now, this piece here is actually cut to 4 5 1/4 as well. And I did that specifically. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my piece of Bristol cardstock. I'm going to be adding a lot of water, so I want to make sure that this is all set. Now, remember, the masking paper itself is cut 4 by 5 1/4. All right, and I've placed that down on there, so I'm okay that the piece is a little larger. So I've chosen scattered straw, broken china, shaded lilac, kitsch flamingo, dried marigold, and twisted citron. I'm starting with the scattered straw, and I'm coming in, and as you can see, they're all oxides. So a different look on a rainbow going on here. So with the scattered straw, and I'm using my makeup brushes, and I just wanted to go around the outside of that. I'm now putting just a little bit, don't need much, from each of the pads of each of the last. I'm adding those 5 colors and then the scattered straw. And then I'm adding just a little bit of water to each. I'm going to come in with a brush and we're going to splatter. We're just going to have fun splattering. Now, the reason why I chose Desiree K's masking paper is it's got this protective coating on it. It's very resilient. So knowing that I was going to be putting water on this, knowing that there was going to be color just being dripped all over this, that's kind of why I chose it. Don't get me wrong, I am a fan of the Simon Says masking paper, but it's paper. I mean, it's like sticker paper. So I wasn't quite sure if the water was going to seep through it. What I'm going for is this image of the egg, and I just wanted the egg to be filled up with all of these splatters, just going all over the place. I mean, I'm just having fun. I am having fun adding all of these splatters. I'm having fun filling this up. Yes, they're mixing together. Yes, they're bleeding together, but you know what? I'm good with that. I think it just adds a lot of character to what I wanted that image to be. And very simple to do. So I am using my heat tool and I'm drying all of these splatters. So there's a lot of water going on. So this took a while to get this to dry, because again, splatters have that bubble of water. You got to get it to seep into, your Bristol cardstock. So this did take a while. Now, what I will say is that Desiree K masking paper just hung right in there like a champ. I mean, it just stayed right there. She didn't buckle. She didn't curl up. She didn't do any of that. So kudos for mixed media masking paper, because that's what that is perfect for. I am now trimming around the edge of the piece of masking paper, because now I know this panel is 4 by 5 1/4. I was okay if I went on the outside of it, because again, I knew I was going to be trimming that off. And there is our image. So we've got this egg image already set on this panel. Now we're going to do some stamping. I fell in love with the Happy Easter Bunny 3x4 stamp set. I absolutely love the fact that you're only seeing those cute, adorable ears and the little tiny paws. It would have been adorable if the Happy Easter was wrapped around the bum, the bunny's bum. I have a die like that, and there is a stamp that I have. I think it's by Newton's Note. It's adorable! But how cute are these ears? The one is cocked down. I just absolutely fell in love with this stamp set. Now, the beauty of this, and I'm going to keep it in, I had fun figuring out what the heck I was going to do. So, we're going to do a bunch of different things here. So, at first, I'm like, okay, we're going to stamp the image. So, I chose the Simon Says Intense Black because while it says Intense Black, to me, it's like a really good dark gray. So, it's soft. Well, I didn't like that because I think it took away from my Easter egg. So now I'm coming in with my clear ink. And I went over the black, which is fine. It's all good. Notice how I kept the stamp in my stamp positioning tool. So I have this Hero Arts pink shimmer. I believe it was with one of their kits that we received this. And again, I went over with the clear embossing powder, so it doesn't matter that I have that black ink down below there. It will cover itself up. I'm going to come in with one of my mop brushes just to clean up around the outside because this has glitter in it and it just gets all over the place. And I just want to make sure that the embossing is focused on the egg. So I'm going to use my heat tool and we're going to heat set that. Now, when you heat set the pink shimmer, it goes lighter because there's like a white base that's in there, and I thought it was cute, but you couldn't see it. At least I couldn't see it. I mean, you can barely see it here in the video, and trust me, it looks just like that. So, again, if you're giving it to somebody, it was visible. Yeah. So, we're going to stamp it again. Now, the problem with that stamping is I had to pray that I was right there because I didn't set the panel right. I didn't make sure that it was down in the corner, down in the right spot, or anything like that. So that was my fault. So now I'm going to come in with the gold because I figured with the yellow, the egg mainly being yellow, that the gold would be a great accent for that. Again, coming in with my mop brush, going around the edges. I'm okay if there's speckles of embossing powder inside the egg. It would just add to it. Again, we're going to heat set that, and it perfectly covered up the pink, which was awesome. Now, what's really cool, though, that the video isn't picking up, when you see the gold, you still do see the chunkiness of the glitter from the pink. So it kind of gave it just a little bit of texture, which I think is kind of cool. It's also kind of cool because I am offset from this image just a little bit. So you get this gold and then you have this really thin outline of the pink behind it. So again, just a little bit there. But again, we keep going, right? We don't stop. Just because, oh no, I can't see my embossing powder, go over it. You can cover that up. You can add to it. So what I'm doing here, I grabbed some cardstock from my stash and I'm going to create some mats. So I grabbed a pale blue and I grabbed a yellow. So the blue is actually cut 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then I cut the yellow to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So we've just got these thin mats going in behind that. Now remember, those mats, if you've seen my videos before, I am a fan when I do these mats to use the Michael's Recollections 65-pound cardstock because we're not adding that much bulk. Dug around into my Prismacolor alcohol markers and I just grabbed a couple shades of greens and I'm just flicking from the bottom of the card with the light one first, and I'm coming up onto that egg, making it look like this egg is sitting in the ground, It's sitting in the grass. Now I'm coming in with those darker colors. Again, I'm just flicking these colors up. There is absolutely no rhyme or reason when it comes to this. That's how I work best with alcohol markers. Don't give me a rhyme and don't give me a reason for them. Because then I don't have to think. Again, have fun. Enjoy the process. Have fun seeing what your items that you have, what they're going to do, how they're going to react. Are they going to fall apart? Are you going to create something different? Remember, those happy accidents can give you beautiful results, and they will every time. Just remember that. I've got my card base, the standard A2 size card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this is a top folding card. I am now adhering my design panel in this. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm looking at it and saying, okay, there's something missing here. We needed to add pink to the little ears and the little pads on the paws. So that is what I'm doing. I'm actually using this one shade. I'm letting that first layer dry, and then I'm coming in with another layer of that same color, which will actually give me 2 different shades to give that shading in the ears. And you can see they just popped off. They're popping off that image. So I think that's great. Now, you don't have to use alcohol markers. You can use your color pencils. You can use your watercolors. Just remember, with watercolors, you're going to move those splatters in behind those ears. And maybe that's what you're looking for. Why not? I added some gems. They are by Studio Katja. And we are just having fun putting those all over this piece as well, just to give it a little bit of shine and a little bit of shimmer. Because why would we not? Now, these are the clear ones. I think they're just called the Sparkle Gems. And again, just sticking with the smaller sizes just to give that a little bit of accent. I'm going to make sure I'm going to put these away because they will end up all over the place if I do not. And I'm going to put them back in the container. And that is our project number 1 for Kat Scrappiness. I encourage you, please, the link down to her shop will be down below. Please check it out. There is a sale, so that I know that always makes it dangerous for everybody as well. But she does have some beautiful items available in her shop. I see some shopping in my future as well. So enjoy. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below, and I will make sure that I get back to you. Remember, enjoy this process. I can't say that enough. Have fun, smile, giggle, laugh. Always remember what's most important for me, guys. Always be creative. Till project number 2, stay tuned.